Welcome to a deep dive here at the 3-minute node. People often look at a LoRA or an AI video and say, that looks like the same person, or no, that face is shifting. But in a professional pipeline, we don't guess. We measure. Today, we are moving beyond visual intuition and into the actual math of facial identity using the ComfyUI FaceAnalysis nodes by Mateo, the same developer behind IP Adapter Plus. We are going to break down the Euclidean and Cosine logic, verify a dataset, and then build an automated filtering system that only lets the highest quality matches through your workflow. Let's start with the logic. Why do we need specific metrics? Imagine you take a photo of a person in bright sunlight and another in a dim room. If the Insight Face model looks at the raw pixel data, the distance between those 2 points in mathematical space, the Euclidean distance, is massive because of the lighting. But the facial features, the relative spots of the eyes, nose, and mouth haven't moved. I have generated 3 diagrams to help you visualize the mathematical differences between these face-matching metrics. Cosine similarity, angle focus. This diagram illustrates why cosine similarity is the industry standard for face recognition. Vector A dim and vector B, bright, represent the same person in different lighting. Even though vector B is much longer due to the light intensity, the angle between them is 0. Vector C represents a different person. Notice how the direction changes, creating a measurable angular gap regardless of lighting brightness. Euclidean distance, raw space. This visualization shows the Euclidean distance as a straight line, the red dashed line, connecting the tips of 2 vectors in raw coordinate space. This metric is highly sensitive to the magnitude of the vectors. If lighting changes the length of a vector, the Euclidean distance increases dramatically, even if the face itself hasn't changed. L2 norm, normalized space. The L2 norm diagram shows what happens when we normalize the data. All vectors are scaled to a length of exactly 1.0, placing them on the perimeter of a unit circle. The normalized distance is then measured between these points. This provides a more stable middle ground between raw distance and pure angular measurement. This is why cosine similarity is our industry standard. It ignores the length of the vector, the lighting and noise, and focuses strictly on the direction or the features. Let's look at the workflow to see this in action. I have a folder here called FL Dataset. First, we perform a control test. I load one image from the dataset as my reference, and I load the exact same image into the analysis input. The result is a value of 0 and a dist of 0. That is a mathematically perfect match, 0 distance between the 2 points. Now, we load a different photo from that same dataset. Here, we get a value of 0.279 and a dist of 0.411. Let's decode those numbers. The value is the absolute mathematical gap based on our cosine metric. Since it is well under our 0.68 cutoff, the Insight Face model is happy. The dist is your confidence score. Think of 1.0 as the breaking point. If dist is under 1.0, Insight Face is confident this is the same human being. The lower both numbers go, the tighter the resemblance. If we load the entire 8-image batch from the dataset, we can see that every single frame returns a dist below 1.0. This confirms our training data is mathematically consistent before we even start a LoRA train. So, how do we use this practically? In our previous video, we trained a LoRA on this specific person. If you want to learn the step-by-step process of how to train and implement a LoRA like this for your own projects, definitely check out our previous video series on LoRA training. I've generated a batch of images in this folder called Compare, and I've intentionally slipped in some images of a different person to test the system. Using this node, we can see the Insight Face model instantly flags the outsiders. If the dist hits 1.0 or higher, the match is rejected. We can even apply this to video. I've taken every 24th frame from the LTX video we generated in the previous episode. Check out the video on how to generate a lip-sync 1080p video using LTX 2.3. It was an image-to-video workflow. By comparing these frames back to the original source image, we get a mathematical proof of consistency. When someone tells you your video generation is a total failure or the face is drifting, you can now point to the data. All frames here show high resemblance, staying well within the professional threshold. Finally, let's look at how to use these values to automate your workflow so you don't have to check them manually. We have two primary methods for filtering. Method 1 is using the filter best parameter. To do this, you must convert your images from a list to a batch using the image list to batch node. If you try to run this on a list, ComfyUI will crash. Once batched, the node will analyze the entire set and crop out only the top 4 images that most closely match your reference. Method 2 is the filter threshold parameter. Again, you must convert your images into a batch. This is for when you want absolute precision. The standard cosine threshold is 0.68, but if you are doing high-end visualization or character work, you can tighten that to 0.4. This ensures that only the absolute best of the best generations make it to your output folder. To wrap this up, I've put together these reference charts so you can dial in your settings without the guesswork. When you're looking at the metrics, remember that cosine is your GOTA for almost every scenario because it prioritizes the geometry of the face over the lighting of the shot. If you are seeing a DIST score under 1.0, you are mathematically in the clear. But for professional LoRA work, I usually aim for a value between 0.3 and 0.45 to ensure the likeness is undeniable. Just remember the golden rule of the workflow. Always use an image list to batch node before you hit the filter. You now have a logic-based way to verify your datasets, prove your LoRA consistency, and filter your batches automatically. No more guessing. Start measuring. And that's the node. All open source. No filler. Thank you for watching. Grab the file, keep creating.